stop talking about him. Don't look over there when you're talking to me, please. It creeps me out, like you're seeing something. Hey guys, it's Nicole. And for today's video, in honor of Halloween, I'm going to be telling you guys a few stories of things that have happened at my old school. And yeah, let's get into it. So I'm going to start with a small story and slowly make it bigger and bigger. So to start, I'm going to tell you about a story that happened to me. So one day when I was in elementary school, I was in the bathroom, right? And here I went to like this upscale school, quote quote. And so like they would have these aftercare programs, and I was staying after school one day. So I went into the bathroom, and I normally go to, okay, so how the bathroom was set up, there's like 3 smaller bathrooms, and then there's a large bathroom for disabled students, or students with special disabilities. So I go into the bathroom. I push the disabled bathroom because there's literally no one but like all the people who are staying after school, and like me, little me. And so there's no one in the school. There's no one in the bathroom with me as far as I know. I push the bathroom door and it's locked. So then I look under the stall to see if there's anyone in there. I don't see any lights or anything. So I go into the stall next to it. And I go, I use the bathroom, I hear the water turn on, and I look down, still nothing's there. And then there's like the hand dryer goes off, and I look down again because the hand dryer is right in front of all the stalls, and there's nothing there. So then I come out, and the large bathroom is unlocked. It's unlocked. I wash my hands, I don't even bother drying my hands, and I start walking back. And then like I'm going into the gym, which is not too far from the bathrooms, and I hear someone say, "Nicole." So my dumb self goes back into the hallway, and I see no one there but one teacher. So I ask the teacher, "Hi, hey, did you just call my name?" And they're like, "No. Maybe it was the ghost of the school." I was like, almost had me there for a second. But yeah, that's my little mini story time. Well, that's just the first one. The second one, so I'm into a lot of creepy things. So I ask people about their experiences in the school. I ask like people to tell me about their experiences in school because I like being creeped out. And especially like after I graduated, I volunteered in high school, so I kept like going back, talking to teachers, and you're not a student there anymore, so there's nothing you have to worry about. So one day I was talking to this teacher. So like their after school program when I was there had a Zumba teacher, and she was like recording on her phone one of the days I was there, and like she was saying that she was going around the auditorium. Yeah, she was going around the auditorium, and when she got to the stage, her camera would start flickering, and then her phone would just turn off. I was like, what? She said, yeah, it kept flickering and flickering, and it would just turn off, and I would turn it back on, and like, so by the time that this was happening, they normally have to turn off the lights in the auditorium for maintenance and stuff. They would do that when I was a student there. They would do that like right after parent-teacher night was done. They would just turn off all the lights. So then it's like, she said her phone turned off 3 times, and after the 3rd time she left the auditorium and forgot her speaker because she was so scared to go back in there. And basically what she was mainly scared of, if you guys don't know, once your phone starts flickering and it just turns off for no reason and there's nothing wrong with your phone, it normally is a symbol that there's a presence nearby and like ghosts interfere with video footage. Please stay on. So the next story I'm going to tell is actually a story that I heard from a friend of a friend, let's say. So I was like, my screen just turned off. So a friend of a friend told me that she talks to maintenance dudes. This was when I was way younger. Like when I was in elementary school, I heard this story, and to this day it still gives me chills and like runs shivers down my spine. So like she used to be friends with maintenance people, and they would tell her stories about what they saw after school, because you know, like everyone has their story sometimes, whatever. So then she would say how one of the maintenance guys was cleaning up the auditorium after dark. This is the same auditorium, guys. They were cleaning up the auditorium after dark, but this was years before. And
I hate the auditorium.
No,
so
the auditorium
much.
gives me creeps. And one time they turned the lights off while I was there, and I ran like there was no tomorrow. Okay, but that's another story. Oh, yo, I'm gonna have to edit this hardcore because I'm just like getting chills. Alright guys, let's keep in mind that it's 1:24.
So cute.
It's 1:24 a.m. and I'm like getting goosebumps, giving myself goosebumps, probably giving you goosebumps. But let me start this story all over again, because I'm gonna start. Talk to me cute, because I'm gonna start this from it's 1:24 a.m. So I heard from a friend of a friend who used to be friends with the maintenance guys who works at the school years before, or maybe they still work there now. I don't know. And this was years ago, like when I was in elementary school, that they were like cleaning the auditorium after dark. After dark. So like after, probably during after school hours when the auditorium was like clear, because before they didn't used to do anything in there. Well, they didn't used to do anything in there. So they each have their section of the school to clean, and that guy's was the auditorium. So he was cleaning the auditorium with the lights on, and then he went to turn off the lights, and he saw something in the back of the auditorium. Sidebar, did he go and see what it was?
Absolutely not. He knew what it was. He saw the person.
Okay, so...
But none of the other guys were there. He went to the thing and he saw them.
So... oh my gosh, I just got chilled up my spine. So he turned off the lights and he saw a person. And, you know, so if you're smart and you see something in the dark, knowing what it is, like, I don't know, like this school has history, so I'm going to assume if you're staying late, they're going to tell you, oh, you might see this, this, and this. So word is, rumor has it, that what this guy saw was a ghost. And not just any ghost. In the back of this auditorium, there are two pictures of two priests. No, there's one picture of the same priest, and that's the person he saw in the auditorium. And guys,
it's two different pictures of the same priest.
Okay, so it's this two different pictures of the same priest. Oh my gosh. Okay, so one day when I used to volunteer, I had to pull my sleeves up for this one. The little sidebar, because it was like a separate story. This video is probably going to be long. I'm so sorry, guys. If you're staying tuned for this, I love you. So when I used to volunteer, I used to be with like 5th and 6th grade. 5th grade? Were they in 5th grade? Yeah, because I did it for 2 years, so they were in 5th grade. So one day when I wasn't with these kids, I was with a different grade, they came downstairs to me and they were trembling, screaming, and some of them were even crying. So basically, if you've ever been to a Catholic school, because you know Catholic schools are hella expensive, if you've ever been to a Catholic school, you know that there's normally a church nearby. Especially at elementary schools, the churches are either inside or near it. So like The church is connected to a rectory. I'm not even sure what a rectory is. I guess that's where they keep all their records. I don't know.
That's where they do business.
Okay.
And also where the priest offices are.
Okay, so it's where they do business and where the priest offices are, according to Nikita. Thank you.
They run the church.
Thank you. So they said that they saw my students like crying to me. Mind you, I'm not even their counselor for the day because they come crying to me talking about how we saw something in the rectory, because you can see it straight across from the classroom that they're in. We saw something in the rectory. They're shaking, white as a ghost, and I'm just like, what did you see? So they're like how they saw, like, they were in the room and they were looking, they were like doing their homework and talking. So the door slammed shut. This hearsay, and this was at least 10 people who told me this. The door slammed shut, and they looked over to the rectory and they saw a glowing picture frame.
What?
Yeah, they saw a glowing picture frame, and then the lights in the rectory turned off. No one was there. No one was in that room at all. The lights turned off, and then when the lights turned back on, the picture was gone. And I was like, I'm not going to be your counselor anymore. Because I don't do that. I don't do scary stuff. I don't try to interact it into my life, because why would I do that? No, thank you. So we're gonna move on to the next story, because I'm pretty sure I just told like 5 stories. Oh, I was going to tell you guys about these same group of kids who I was telling them about how, years back I heard a story about how the auditorium is haunted by a priest. The priest who has the pictures in the back. And they're like, yeah, I know the picture that's in the back. And so they had Zumba that day. Took them to Zumba. These kids are like, oh, can we go get water? Water's in the back of the auditorium. Have to walk them to get water. And the pictures are gone. I don't know. They said that they saw them right before the end of the school day, and the pictures were gone, and I was shook. So, yeah, I'm gonna stay away from that auditorium if I ever have to go back in there. Thank you. So, moving on to a story that a teacher told me when I was volunteering there. So when I was there, I was talking to one of the teachers, and we were talking about like scary occurrences that happened to us. And so she was telling me about how she used to stay really, really late grading papers and stuff, because she would feel more calm at the school, because, you know, no students are there at the time she was staying and no interruptions. So she would be on the 2nd floor, and there would be no students there. After school is over, she'd just be chilling in the school. And like the maintenance dude came and checked on her, and he was like how, just be careful, because weird things happen here at night. So then she was like how this was probably like 30 minutes later, and you know how maintenance people have to clean classroom to classroom to classroom, and this guy was down the hall, like you could hear him down the hall, and she just hears the elevator, which is right across from her classroom, go up. No one else is in the school besides her and the janitor. She hears the elevator go up. Let me explain to you why this is creepy. In this school particularly, you need a key. So in this school particularly, you need a key to operate that elevator. If you don't have the key, you cannot work the elevator. There's no one else in the school besides her and the janitor. And regardless of if there was, very few people have that key. I believe like only teachers, maintenance, and the principal have that key. And like a certain maintenance person has to have that key, because most of them walk up and down the stairs. So what you're telling me is this elevator went ding ding on your floor, and like she said nobody came out of it or anything, but that was the time she knew she had to go home. And I was like, my time was up too, girl. Because I'm not staying in a school that is haunted any longer than I need to. I don't like going around this school. I don't like going in certain places of the school. Even when I was a student there, I was so uncomfortable. But, okay, so this is the last story, guys. I promise. This last story, when I was there, a student of mine told me this story. Okay, so first off, let me start by saying, I don't understand this story because it's creepy. And she said this happened to her when she was in 2nd grade. I'm going to call this girl, I'm going to give her a name because it would be easier for me to say this person's name. I'm going to call her Angela. I don't know Angela, so I'm going to call her Angela. So Angela was telling, we were exchanging stories one day because I'm a weird person like that. We were exchanging stories one day and Angela tells me, oh, I see a ghost in the school. I've been seeing a ghost in the school since I was in 2nd grade. I look at Angela and I'm just like, what? What do you mean you see a ghost in the school? If you haven't noticed, I like to question things people tell me because some of the things I hear are so incredulous. It's incredible that people experience things like this. She was like, yeah, I see a ghost in the school all the time. And I'm just like, elaborate. So she goes on to tell me that when she was in 2nd grade, she forgot her glasses. She used to like not wear her glasses to recess and stuff like that. Because, you know, when you first get glasses, which I'm going to assume that's when she first got glasses. So she would like leave her glasses in the classroom during recess. And one day she wanted to go and get her glasses because, you know, little kids are kind of blind. So she went upstairs. She got permission from her teacher, but the teacher didn't walk her upstairs. Her teacher just let her go to the classroom and get her glasses because, you know where your stuff is. So she tells me she went to go and get her glasses, but when she's walking back, she sees a dark figure because this school has a lot of painted up glass and glass that's like covered up. So she sees a dark figure in the mirror when she's walking back, and at first she doesn't really care that it's there because she's just like, okay, like I might just be seeing things. But then she's walking down the stairs and she feels a presence behind her. She turns around and she sees this thing, this like black figure. She said it looked like a little girl, she wasn't black, but she looked like a shadow of a little girl. Like it was there, but it wasn't there, if you know what I mean. And she started running. She ran down the stairs and like at one of the little riser things, because you know like how in schools there's like there are flights of stairs and then they have to even out halfway up the steps. So like at one of the riser things, she looked behind her and this thing was like right this close to her face, like this close to her face. And she took off down the stairs, kept looking behind her to see if it was there, and like every time she went down the flight of stairs it would be at the top of the steps, until she ran into the cafeteria and she was telling her friends, this thing is following me, this little girl is following me, and she looks like a ghost, and she's like doesn't look like she's real. Her friends turn around, think she's crazy, but then I asked some of her friends. She said that this person was there. So I asked them, did this really happen when you guys were in like 2nd grade? And they were like, yeah, we really think that she's crazy. But she tells me, after this is over, this girl, Angela, whoa, changed her name on myself. Angela tells me, every time I tell this story, I see her again. I look at her like,
she had an imaginary friend.
I look at her like, girl, why would you tell me this story? Are you looking to see this ghost again? You need help or something? You want to channel the spirits around the school or something? And she was all like, I don't know why I told you this story. I don't want to see it again. But yeah, that's it for my scary stories about my old school, my old elementary school, my old school that I went to. So if you guys enjoyed this story, be sure to give it a thumbs up. And also hit that subscribe button if you aren't already subscribed. I would love to add you to my little wonderful family of, I don't even know what we're called because we're not big enough to have a name yet.
You're never too small to have a name.
We'll think of a name. We'll think of a name eventually. But yeah, join my group. It's not a clan, so don't. Join my group.
It's not a clan.
Thank you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to comment down below. Whoa. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below if you ever had a haunted experience in a school, in general. If you guys want me to do more videos like this, please be sure to comment down below and tell me I love this video. This, and this. Express yourself. Express yourself. Okay. And you guys like my shirt in case I got it from because she loves me. It's all Halloween. I'm pumpkin like Cinderella, but better because it's me. And yeah, see you guys in next week's video, which is sure to get a lot of questions. I'll answer all of them too. Bye guys.